So you asked us a question, what are the Panj Chor? So Panj Chor, if we translate, it means 5 vices or 5 thieves. And Gurbani says, is dehi andar Panj Chor vas hai, काम क्रोध लोभ मोह अहंकारा, अमृत लूट है मनमुख नहीं बुझ है कोई ना सुने पुकारा. So Guru Sahib says that within this body there are 5 thieves residing, which are Kam. Kam means lust or desire, Krodh means anger, Lobh means greed, Moh means attachment, and Ahankar means pride. These 5 thieves, what do they take away from us? Amrit loot hai. So they loot or take away our Amrit, our peace, our Sukha. And these 5 thieves, what they do is they create chaos, they create more dukkha, more suffering in our life. And these are the main reasons why we go through the cycle of life and death. Because we start to create karam. Karam means all the actions or words we say or the thoughts we create through this Panj Chor. And because of this karam, we are just stuck in the cycle of life and death. So Kam, which means lust or desire, right? So every one of us, we constantly create more desires every minute, every day. When one desire is fulfilled, 10 more desires are created. And Gurbani says, Jo mange Thakur apne te soi soi deve. So whatever we ask for, whatever we even think, the thoughts, the desires that are created within the mind, we will get them. And we end up living so many lives just to complete or, finish off all our list of desires that we have. And lust, which is a big thing, which is constantly attacking our youth, our boys, our girls. And it is in the age of youth where the energy of lust is at its peak. Nowadays, with whatever we have on social media, on technology, everything is available to everyone. So it becomes even more difficult to fight this energy of lust. If we commit something under the energy of lust, of Kam, then Guru Sahib says that we are going to be suffering in the fires of hell. And even Kam, or the act of adultery, is one of Karahat mentioned in Sikhi. When we take Amrit, adultery is one of the main Karahat that is told to us that we have to refrain from doing as well. Then we have Krodh. Krodh means anger. So when we look at anger, when we look at it, anger is one energy that takes away all our guna. And in Gurbani it says, Farida bure da pala kar gussa man na handai, dehi rog na lagai palle sab kich paye. That with gussa, with anger, we not only cause pain emotionally and mentally, but we also cause pain to this physical body as well. So we get cholesterol, high blood pressure, headaches and all of that. So it becomes very difficult for us if we are controlled by the energy of Krodh, of anger. So then we have Kam, Krodh, Lobh, greed. So greed basically is when we see other people having something that we don't have, then we tend to create the desire and we want something so intensely. And when we are, for example, very hungry, just very simple example, when we are hungry, and at that moment when we are facing hunger, we want food and we want different types of food. And what do? Is that then we end up eating greedily, we end up buying things greedily. So in Gurbani it says that greed is just like a dog who cannot differentiate between what's good and what's bad. So under the energy of greed, we just take on everything without thinking what's good and what's bad for us. Then we have moho. Moho means attachment, right? So attachment is like a closed fist where you don't want to let go of anything and everything is yours. You just want to keep everything to yourself and you're not willing to let go. Now, when we are so attached to people or to things, it is very difficult for us to leave this world in peace. Because what happens is, even Bhagat Tilochanji says that Antakal, during our last moment, whatever we are attached to in our mind, that thing will cause us to then take the next birth. So for example, अंतकाल जो लड़के सिमरे ऐसी चिंता में जे मरे. So Pagaji says that towards the end of your life, if you constantly think about your children, you're so attached to your children, then what's going to happen is sukar jon valval autare. So in the next life or the next few birth, we are going to be born as pigs, because what pigs do is they just give birth to many other piglets, Hana. So it's just very simple like that. Guru Sahib says, Hana, that when we are attached to things, to people, to anything, it is very difficult for us to leave this world at peace, because we tend to think about those things, that it is because of us, that without me these things won't survive, without me my children won't survive, without me this house nobody's going to take care of it. So because of that, then this energy takes away our peace. Ahankar. Now we tend to confuse ourselves between ego and ahankar. So ego is home. Ego is basically us not realizing our true self. We see ourselves as this body and not Atma. And ahankar, on the other hand, is pride, where we see ourselves better than other people, right? So ahankar means pride, apne aap nu ucha samjhana, to see yourself better, to see yourself richer, more beautiful, more handsome, smarter and all of that. And Guru Sahib says that when we act out under the energy of pride, we have no compassion and we see other people as a nobody. We are not able to love people. We are not able to have daya for the world if we have pride in us. And to fight pride, we have to do a lot of seva, because seva brings humility in us. These Panj Chor, they are not entirely bad. These are energies. I just want to remind all of you that these are energies, and with energies, Guru Sahib says that we do not want them to control our life. So what happens is that when we go through dukkha, go through suffering, because of this Panj Chor, it is very likely because they are controlling us, just like how Guru Sahib says that you need to learn to control the mind. So what we need to do is that these energies are not bad, but how we control them and use them to our benefit. So for example, the energy of calm is not entirely bad, but is necessary to procreate, to give birth to children, to give birth to newer generation. But then it becomes bad when we are under the control of lust, and then we get stuck to elements such as pornography or movies that have all these scenes that are not good for us. So similarly, for example, krodh, when we get under the control of krodh, then we act out in anger, we speak in anger, and we hurt everyone around us. But the positive side of krodh is bir ras, which means that warrior spirit, that energy we need to fight injustice, because without this energy, then we are not able to go to battles and fight the injustice that's happening as well. There are good side to it, but there are also bad side to it as well if we allow them to control us. So what we need to do is control these energies and use them to our benefit. Now this Panj Chor, Guru Sahib has given us 5 guna, 5 virtues to fight this Panj Chor as well. They are Sata Santok, Daya Taram Tiraj. Now how to fight this Panj Chor and how to bring in this virtue into us, I would recommend you to watch the Katha, the talk on understanding ego, because in that Katha it's much more in-depth, and then there are steps that you can take to work on each chore, each vices, to make your life better. So hope that helps. WhyGuru Ji Ka Khalsa, WhyGuru Ji Ki Fateh.